Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores and results for week 9 of this season's Premier League, and we also like you guys to get involved as well. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of the fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste those into your comments, leave your predictions, and as always the top scorer of the week will get a shout out in the next video. Now there's no shout outs this week of course because all that was completed in our review show for week 8. I'll leave a link to that video in the description as well if you haven't already seen it. Hopefully you have. But in the meantime, let's just crack on with predictions for week 9.
First up, we've got the midday match between Chelsea and Man United. This is very interesting in my opinion. Man United, questionable form of recently. They have won a few matches, but many Man United fans are not happy.
Well, they came back from that Newcastle 2-0 up.
Yes.
In week 8, of course.
I've heard a lot of people saying as well that they should have won. Newcastle should have won about 4-0 in that match. But
right.
Anyway, Chelsea just top of the league, playing extremely well, undefeated. Chelsea's got to win this one, and they have to win it 3-0, surely.
3-0, really?
3-0,
Manchester United.
3-0 Chelsea win, yeah.
You know, Manchester United, they don't lose that many games. I know they've lost that 1 or 2, but I suppose it is at Chelsea. In my opinion, I think Chelsea are going to win this one. I think it's going to be a little bit narrow. A lot of the players, of course, have been away on international duty as well, so we'll see how they come back if there are any niggling injuries, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think Chelsea are going to win this one 2-1. Next up, we got Wolves against Watford. Wolves having a very, very good start to the season so far. Really hard to beat. They don't concede many goals. I think they've got the 3rd best defence in the league. Correct me if I'm wrong, 3rd or 4th. Watford started the season very well, but they're in a little bit of free fall at the moment. Losing the last 2 games, haven't won now in around their last 5 matches as well. So I think Wolves are going to win this one. It's at Molineux. It's going to be tight. Can't see a goal conceded by the Wolves. I'm going for a 1-0 narrow victory.
Yeah, I think Wolves are going to win this one as well. I think their team is just full of quality. I think it's going to be too strong for Watford, and Watford's free fall is going to continue. I think Watford will score, but I think it's going to be 2-1 to Wolves. Just too much quality.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Next up, we have Man City versus Burnley. Now, Man City did draw 0-0 with Liverpool, but that was a terrible game in my opinion. Very boring. Not a lot of action. Burnley starting to climb up the table, gaining form after they have now dropped out of Europe. I think Man City are going to dominate in this one just because of the amount of quality in their team, and I'm going to say 3-0 to Man City.
Yeah, this is going to be, I think it's formality really that Manchester City are going to win this one. I'm going for a 2-0 win for the Citizens. I don't think Burnley are going to score against them. Having watched Burnley quite closely in the last few weeks, okay, they did have that fine victory against Bournemouth, but the last couple of weeks I don't think they've played that well. And I can't see them really do anything here against Manchester City. So yeah, as I said, 2-0 to Manchester City. In the next match, we've got Newcastle United against Brighton. Now Newcastle went away to Old Trafford in game week 8. They went 2-0 up, couldn't hold on to it, got demolished in that second half, and lost in the end. Whether that has a a bit of a body blow to the Magpies, I don't know. However, they're back at St James's Park. They're coming up against a Brighton team who don't travel that well, and I think that's going to continue for Brighton as well. I think the Magpies are going to gain their first victory of the season, and I can see them winning this one narrowly because they don't score that many goals either. Newcastle 1-0.
Well, I've gone for completely different to you. I think that Brighton are going to go to Newcastle thinking this is a must-win fixture for them.
Yeah.
Chris Hughton is going to be wanting a result out of this game. I think it's going to be a very close match, but I can see Brighton just stealing it at the end, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory to Brighton. Next up, we have Cardiff versus Fulham. Our team, now, we haven't won a game all season. We've lost our last 5 fixtures when we're really not in good form at all, but we have played 5 of the top 6 in the table at the moment. Our fixtures do get easier in the run-up to Christmas, playing Fulham, Brighton, all those sorts of teams. Now, Warnock is going to be wanting Cardiff to win this game. He has probably been preparing them all week. Not many players have gone on international duty, I believe, either. Only a couple, such as Hoylett, Manga and Artu. Harry Artu did cause 2 mistakes. One of them led to a Harry Wilson free kick and the other almost cost Ireland a goal as well. And I think Cardiff are going to win this one.
Yeah.
I think the crowd are going to be up for it. But Fulham's defence, what can we say about it at the moment? It's not the best. Fulham also haven't had a good run of form in recent times either. I think it's going to be 2-0 to the Blues.
Yeah, now this, I've been looking around other people's predictions on the internet, and a lot of people are predicting a Fulham victory in this one, or a draw. There's one or two people have been predicting Cardiff as well to get that victory, and I'm actually going to agree with you. I think Cardiff are going to win this one 2-0. Cardiff had a few players away on international duty, but so have Fulham.
Of course, how can we forget Joe Rolls? Banned for 3 matches.
Yeah, he's
ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think Gunnarsson's going to come slotting there in the middle of midfield, holding just in front of the back four, who have been improving and learning all the time. Manga, we know he's been away in African Cup qualification as well, so I think he's played 2 matches. Carriata, of course, played a couple of matches for Ireland as well.
Didn't perform the best though.
Fulham, I think Tom Kearney has got an ankle injury, I believe, or he's injured.
I think he's definitely not playing on the weekend.
Yeah, Hoylett may not feature for Cardiff either. I think he's got an illness as well. I've heard reports of. He may well recover from that though. But yeah, I'm going for a Cardiff 2-0 victory. Crowd are going to be up for this. It's going to be a cauldron of noise at the Cardiff City Stadium this Saturday. Both sets of fans are going to be up for it. Fulham don't usually travel in numbers. Hopefully they'll bring at least 1,000 with them to South Wales on the weekend, and promises to be a good game. Yeah, Cardiff victory 2-0 for me. Okay, next up we got West Ham against Tottenham in an Old London affair. West Ham, I think they lost their last match. Yeah, they did against Brighton. Brighton are carving out a home win. You know how good Brighton are at home. Against Tottenham narrowly beating Cardiff. A silly mistake from, I think it was Bennett.
Bennett.
Against Tottenham, didn't really get it out of his feet to clear it away. But in this match, I think it's going to be tight. West Ham can improve. They're at home. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, West Ham. They've been picking up form in recent games. They did draw with Chelsea. They beat Man United 3-1. They've also beaten Everton. So they have picked up a good run of form since
Start of the season where it was a disaster.
Since the start of the season where it was a disaster. Well, they did lose to Brighton, however, but I think their poor run of form is going to, I think this is going to continue. I think Tottenham, Pochettino is going to have them hyped up for this game. They have won their last 3 matches. I think this is going to be a 2-0 Tottenham away victory.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's going to be difficult for them, because I know Tottenham's still got injuries. You know, Eriksen's not there. I don't know if Dele Alli's going to be playing. Harry Kane coming back from Spain, will he be tired? But then, you get that for both sides, really, don't you? So yeah.
Next up, we have the South Coast derby between Bournemouth and Southampton. Bournemouth, what a start to the season! 6th position, 16 points, amazing start. Southampton down the other end of the table, lost their last 3 matches, especially. However, they have had a poor run of fixtures against Liverpool, Wolves and Chelsea, of course. I think that this is going to be Bournemouth's game. It's at Dean Court or the Vitality Stadium, whatever you want to call it. Home game, crowd are going to be up for it. I think it's going to be a 2-0 victory to Bournemouth, especially with Callum Wilson's display in the last game.
Yeah, well, I've actually gone for the same scoreline again as you. I'm going for a 2-0 victory to the Cherries. Bournemouth, fine start to the season, really playing some good football. They've had a couple of dodgy results away from home, but yeah, they've been brilliant so far. Southampton, they were playing well up until a few weeks ago. Results weren't suggesting, they should have got some more points on the board. However, I think that bad form is going to continue here against the Cherries. Yeah, 2-0 to Bournemouth for me. Okay, next up we move to the evening kick-off on Saturday. We've got Huddersfield against Liverpool. Huddersfield at home, they're coming up against Liverpool. It's going to be too difficult for them, even though Liverpool have got a few injuries. I believe Naby Keita could be injured there, definitely out for this weekend. There's rumours as well that Salah has picked up an injury. Don't know how bad it is. We'll see what happens on the weekend. I think Firmino played in Brazil's match against Argentina as well, or he came on a sub. So that, you know, that's a long way to travel. So especially playing on a Tuesday to a Saturday with that travel from South America. So I think it's going to be a narrow win. Well, not really narrow. I'm going for a 2-0 win to the Reds. 2-0 Liverpool for me.
I reckon Liverpool are absolutely going to dominate this game. I don't think Huddersfield have a chance. They've only got 3 points. Huddersfield drew with Burnley in the last one. Very lucky to do so, in my opinion. But I think it's going to be 5-0 to Liverpool.
5-0, really?
5-0, yes.
I think Huddersfield's defence are a little bit better than that, but they are playing Liverpool.
Yeah,
Liverpool this season haven't really been scoring that many goals, though.
I think that this is going to be where Salah picks up form personally. If he does play, this is the match where he has to score those goals. Same with Mane. I think his form's going to continue, and I just think they're going to be way too strong for them. 5-0. Moving on to the only fixture of Sunday is Everton versus Crystal Palace in Merseyside. Now, I wonder if Twitter will go into meltdown about this Super Sunday match, unlike the Cardiff fixture, which somehow, if I don't see how the fans don't melt down at this game, then they just have something against Cardiff, to be honest. But anyway,
or Burnley.
Or Burnley as well. But anyway, Everton have had a decent start to the season, have won their last 2 games. Crystal Palace running into a bit of trouble, I think. They have lost their last 2 games, started to dip in form a bit, very cagey at the moment. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Really?
Okay. Well, up at Goodison Park, Everton, very difficult to beat. They had a very, very good victory away against Leicester City last time. So, and I was, well, not really astonished, but I was a little surprised at that win. And that's how strong Everton are at the moment. I think they're going to beat Crystal Palace in this fixture 2-0. I don't think Crystal Palace will score. I'm not sure, has Zaha been away on international duty this week? If he doesn't perform, as we've rightly seen, you know, all this season, if he's not on song, then Crystal Palace don't do well. Yeah, straightforward 2-0 victory to Everton for me. Okay, the final fixture of the weekend appears on Monday, and that's Arsenal against Leicester City. Arsenal, I think they've won something like 7 matches on the trot. Okay, the opposition that they've come up against haven't been top quality. However, I think that run is going to continue again against Leicester City. Leicester need to bounce back against that defeat that they had at home against Everton, but I can't see them doing it here. I'm going for a straightforward, well, a narrow victory to Arsenal, 2-1. Probably Aubameyang and hopefully Lacazette scoring another goal for the Gunners.
I've gone exactly the same result as you. I think it's going to be 2-1. Leicester always seem to score a goal in these matches. Arsenal, they're at home, they're always strong at home. I just think they're going to be too strong for Leicester, and it's going to be a 2-1 victory, with Aubameyang and Lacazette scoring 1 goal each.
Excellent. Okay, that concludes our predictions for Week 9 of the 2018-2019 Premier League season. As I said earlier, if you guys want to join in, then all you need to do is copy the template that I'm going to leave in the description below. Fill out your predictions, and hopefully you'll get a shout out in the next video. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go?
Subscribe to my channel, link in the description.
Brilliant. There will be a vlog this weekend,
yes, there will. Cardiff versus Fulham. Yeah,
hopefully Bluebirds will win that one. We'll see what happens anyway. But once again, guys, thanks for watching. We're coming up to the 1,000 sub mark, so I'd like to thank each and every one of you who've subscribed so far. Enjoy the football on the weekend, and we'll see you in the next video.